Alright, so now let's look into the actual sort of merch and some of the extra stuff and goodies that I got from the actual day itself. So firstly, we're going to show off some promotional material for obviously the new film. This is a special sort of fold out poster we got for Spider-Man Brand New Day. As you can see, it's a really awesome sort of fold out shot. Obviously, the standout part of the film was just a lot of the swinging through the city. So it's so cool to have like a moment where you can see the whole scene come out. It's just cool. It's a nice little piece. I'm not sure how you got this. I think you obviously had to see the film in Screen X. I've not yet seen it in Screen X or 4DX even, but it's just cool to sort of have this as like an option to get to collect. A lot of people go out there for the film merch. Shout out to Rogan. He loves his film merch, doesn't he? So this is just a neat little thing that, again, they were giving out on the booth for the World of Superheroes, which again I really enjoyed this. Speaking of which, so because it happens to be Spider-Man Day today, participating cinemas, including Cineworld Sheffield of course, gave out these special little badges. These little, I think they're not, so a lot of people have gotten confused with them, assuming that they're like pin badges. They're more of like the sort of cap badges, you know, they've got the little, so I'll open this one up actually for you on camera. Woo. So I'm going to peel this open for you. So yeah, it does have the little sort of cap on the back there, you know, the little pin, and I'm not even sure what this kind of button's called, to be honest. It's a button, it's a button pin, isn't it? So these are just really neat that you can only get from participating cinemas on the day. So depending on when I've managed to upload this, you know, get out there. Hopefully you can get them in time. I'll try and zoom in a little bit on there. I want to say I apologise for the sun as well. I can't, you know, I can't stop the sun. I'm not Mr. Burns. I also apologise for my dog Charlie. He's deciding to have his say on the buttons. Bless him. But yeah, it's a nice little button. Unfortunately, this one does have a little bit of damaging on it. But you know what? that sort of adds to the authenticity of it. You know, it's got a well worn. It's some battle damage Spider-Man. I'm trying to like not get the shadows on it because I'm trying to like get a decent view. Damn you, son. But there we go. It's a nice little pin, and we've managed to get obviously one for myself, one for my brother Rogan. So I'm hoping to stick this on. I might stick this on like a lanyard or maybe like a Comic-Con bag or something in the future. But yeah, it's just nice that it's come. It's just nice that they've marked the day, you know, the Spider-Man Day, August 1st, of course, with something as nice as this. So then following on, obviously, we are now going to talk about some of the really cool goodies that I got from the World of Superheroes. An amazing section of comics. Even like what they could bring. They had, I think, about nearly 12 boxes worth of like comics from ranging from DC all the way to Marvel. You've got the newer stuff, older stuff. So I'm going to sort of display now. So I'm going to go from like most iconic to like most coolest, I think. So I'll try to figure out what best order to give you guys for this. So obviously, if you're a fan of Spider-Man, you're going to know this issue. It's issue 1, amazing, of Spider-Man, I think. Yeah, it's just Spider-Man with this one. Todd McFarlane's first issue and first run as the artist on Spider-Man. You've even got like the artist signature there on the bottom right. Beautiful stuff. I mean, I've grown up with this cover. I've grown up with the Todd McFarlane art for most of my life. My first few Spider-Man comics were Todd McFarlane. It's like art penned, you know, inked and everything. I think it was, yeah, penciled, sketched. This is just incredible to own in person. I love the sort of, again, just the details of it all being from America and everything. So you've got obviously how much it was in the US, in Canada, in the UK. You've got the first edition collector's item there on the bottom there. I've not yet opened this to read it. I'm really excited to sort of give it a proper read. I'm not 100% sure if I've actually read this issue. I've read obviously like the Venom arc and the Death of Gene the Wolf, you know, all the sort of famous Todd McFarlane sort of era Spider-Man art. So it's just cool to actually own this like physically and just have it. It's so neat. And then following on from that, we then also have the sort of foil black and white kind of variant of this, which is just, I didn't even know this existed. I had no idea that they did printing of this. I know there's been printings where the white and everything was all foil and silver and everything, but this was just on a whole nother level. I love the black and grey. Just fantastic work from this. So again, it's just a brilliant sort of art piece. I think, again, this was, so you can see on the sort of bottom right here where it's got you know, how much it was in the US, how much it was in Canada. I'm wondering if this wasn't ever released in Europe or the UK, which is, again, that's really cool. A lot of these comics are from America, which is just neat. Some of them are also from the UK before decimalisation, which is a really fun sort of time capsule, obviously, to like UK culture and just world culture at the time. So then our next one, we've got obviously the we've got the Marvel Milestone edition. So here we have obviously a reprinting of the Amazing Spider-Man issue 1. This is obviously the first 2 stories of the Spider-Man comic. So obviously you've got him here captured by the Fantastic Four. They did these quite a while ago just to help reprint them, just to help get them out into the public space again. So I'm just trying to... Yeah, Marvel Facsimile Edition. This was $2.95 US back in the day. I'm not sure when these were published. I'll have to double check that and everything. But it's just cool to have like a nice, like, again, in hand printing of the first Spider-Man issue. It also comes from, obviously, because I've held the original comic print of this story. As I explained earlier, you know, that the amazing people, you know, Alex and Paul, just sort of hooking me up with that and just letting me hold it, you know, is incredible. So I thought, well, you know, if I can't take that one home, I guess I can take a facsimile of it, you know. So this is awesome. I'm going to get a chance to read like the first. I'm sure, like, 'cause I think this is where the chameleon comes in, where he impersonates Spider-Man. And then I'm not sure what the Fantastic Four thing was. I'm wondering if, like... Oh, yeah, no, so the Chameleon and the Fantastic Four are in the same one. Yeah, because the Fantastic Four capture Spider-Man thinking he's a bad guy, which is really cool. Okay, and then we've got the next one. This is probably my personal favourite out of, like, all the comics I've gotten so far. So we have, of course, the Amazing Spider-Man, but this is issue 50... I'm trying to think what... I can't remember what... I think it's issue 57. And it came out in 1967. It's incredible. This is pure, proper vintage, like Ditko, Stan Lee. Incredible stuff. This is great. This was about £20 for me. But then looking it up online, this can go up for like £200 if you like get it graded and things. I love just, again, the yellowing of it, the kind of... It's well used, don't get me wrong, it's well loved. But I just, oh goodness, I just adore just this artwork. I adore Doc Ock's probably my favourite Spider-Man villain. Not gonna lie, I do love Green Goblin, don't get me wrong, but like Dr. Octopus is just so cool. I mean, again, I grew up with the Raimi film and that. I love it. And then also because this is from, you know, the UK and everything, it has the 10D. What did D mean? I can't remember what D meant, but like it was obviously before like pounds and pence, which is mad. So there was like shillings and sixpence and all that kind of stuff. So this is just a lovely time capsule to... D meant pence. Okay, so I've been told off camera by my dad, who is... I don't know if that sounds... I don't want to like make a joke about how old he possibly is. He was like, that was back then when I knew. Back when we had... So D meant pence, apparently. So I guess they just flipped the D upside down and then made it pence. Anywho, so, and then obviously we've got these next 2 issues here. We've got the Web of Spider-Man. So this is the 50th issue of, I think, Web of Spider-Man. Again, May, So this, again, number 50. It's got this classic sort of 50-50-50. My first time seeing this kind of comic style was when they had, again, Venom, because that was the 300th issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. So we had, like, the 500 across. This is really cool. I think it's got the Sinister Six, at least. Let me count. Hold on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 6 villains on there. I'm assuming this is some kind of Sinister Six sort of crossover. You've got Silver Sable, Sandman, Will-O-the-Wisp, Puma, the Rocket Racer, and the Prowler. I mean, you can't beat the Prowler, can you? Incredible stuff there. So I love this. I've not fully read this yet. But, oh yeah, this is from... Oh yeah, there you can see the date. Hold on. So this is from 1989. There we go. That's really neat. I quite like that. So I like how some of these have got the date on and then some of them don't. This is neat. Again, I still love the approved by the Comics Code Authority on all of these. So that's beautiful. And then we've got another one. So I mentioned, you know, Dr. Octopus is my favourite. We've got Dr. Octopus again. So we've got the Web of Spider-Man here. Ock Triumphant. What can I say? I just love Dr. Octopus. He's just one of my favourites. So let's see. This is from 1985. This is another classic one. Again, I think the Web of Spider-Man stuff was what I was also like reading at the time. I had some collections of like graphic novel collections and stuff of a lot of these issues. So maybe I've read this one before, I'm not sure. The joy of these single issue comics is just, again, not knowing if I've read these already and this is a new way of me reading them, or if it's something I've not discovered before. And it's just, I love how, for how long Spider-Man's been running for, it is so nice to sort of get, you know, you're always discovering something new. Okay, and then moving on, we do have our next sort of set of comics. So of course, you know, I don't just love Spider-Man, I do have my own sort of favourite other heroes and villains I enjoy. So this is like another sort of collection set that I got from when I actually went to see Brand New Day, because again, the store was there. It was on from I think it was the 29th until the 1st of August, so like it's finished today, unfortunately. So we do have our next sort of set here, and this I'm really excited to show off. So we've got the Incredible Hulk. So the Hulk is, again, one of my favourite sort of Marvel superheroes. Him and Spider-Man, they're just like the best. Like, they are so good to me. So this is the 25th anniversary of Marvel. We've got at last, the return of the grey-skinned Goliath. So this is when they made the Hulk grey. At the time, because obviously they made him, they initially wanted him to be grey, sorry, and then they had to sort of, again, change it to green because of inking issues. So they've made him grey in this one. I'm not sure, again, what the context is for this one. I'm looking forward to giving it a read. This is just, again, so much fun. I'm going to try and sort of like bring it up a little closer. Let's see, so it's 75 cents, 40 pence in the UK, 95 cents in Canada. Again, I'm just going to show off a lot of the artwork and everything. There you go. So Milgram after Kirby. That's really good. I just love all this. Again, I just love the Hulk. And I love how this is a similar kind of look to his first appearance, where he's got Banner there and he's just got the Hulk behind him. So that's fantastic. Moving on, we've got some modern stuff going on now with the Hulk. So this is the Immortal Hulk, which ran, I think, the early 2020s at least. This is incredible. I've been hearing a lot about this run and I've been wanting to pick it up for a long while, where, yeah, they sort of make the Hulk into like a more of a horror book. So like they really lean into like the body transformations and the, you know, the real like horrific kind of ultra gore of like the Hulk. They really get gory with this, which is amazing. So this is just a really cool sort of art printing. I'm just trying to see. I'm tempted to sort of like, again, maybe get these out and show off. I mean, it depends which ones I want to pick out for that. But I just love the different variant editions of this. So I just love, again, the Jekyll and Hyde kind of element of this. So I'll zoom in a bit on that and show you. But yeah, this is incredible. I'm having to hold them sideways, unfortunately, just because of the awkward camera angles and the. I need to get a proper camera, don't I, everybody? Anywho, and then we've got the next. So we've got another Immortal Hulk. So I think this is issue 1, maybe, or it's another sort of arc of like Immortal Hulk. But this is cool, and this one really struck me because, again, these comics are all like a really cool time capsule to, you know, different times. Obviously, this is when you know, Chadwick Boseman passed away. I'm gonna try and hold it that way. So 2020, my goodness, like what a time that was for Chadwick to pass away. So it was nice that even at the time, you know, you can still see like really lovely tributes to actors that are no longer with us, or people that, you know, sort of prominent kind of pop culture figures that are no longer with us. You know, there's even one issue that I read amongst all these that had like a Stan Lee tribute, which was just like, my goodness, that blew me away. So again, this is just another really cool one where, again, I think this is like near the beginning of like the Immortal Hulk sort of arc, which is, my goodness, like I just loved reading all the artwork of that. We've got another really cool one, which is like a after image kind of variant, and this is just again, I just love the X-ray kind of spectrograph variant here. I'm not sure if this is, I'm trying to think which variant of Hulk this is. I don't know if there's like a new Hulk run. I don't think this is Immortal Hulk. But this is like another thing. But I just love, again, I just love the different art variants you get of all these. So that's a really cool one. This is another one. This is definitely from the Incredible Hulk. Because as you can see, it says the Incredible Hulk on the top, and it's super shiny. Look at that. And again, this is probably where the sun is actually playing nice with me for once. You can just see all the glittery, shiny kind of fractal. Just like, look at all that. Is pretty. So yeah, this was celebrating 30 years of the Incredible Hulk. So 1962 to 1992. This is the 400th issue as well. I'm going to lift it up and just like show that off. There you go. 400th issue. Beautiful stuff. I'm trying to see, there's no date on this, unfortunately. But I'm assuming it was like from at least 1992. But yeah, brilliant stuff. No idea what's going on in this comic. I'm not familiar with this comic. I just saw it. Ooh, shiny foil. Had to get it. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously got the leader. It's got a Hulk on it. You can't go wrong with that. Unless it's unless it's Brand New Day, where you've got the leader, you've got the Red Hulk, but you've not got the Hulk. What's going on there? Speaking of Red Hulks, we got so as part of picking up the sort of comics, you did get some free comics from World of Superheroes. They have like a bunch of comics behind the stall. So what was really neat is, again, they had Red She-Hulk. So in the current sort of comic run, I'm trying to think what's the name again? It's like Betty. There you go. So yeah, Betty Ross becomes the Red She-Hulk. Ah, what a twist. So again, I just thought I'd pick it up. It's a really cool little thing. Oh my god, wow, okay, this must have been a while ago then, because, I mean, I'm seeing Kinect for Xbox 360, this is a cool advert. So this is why it's important to, like, check the back of your comics before you feel like a goober. So I guess Red She-Hulk's been a thing for quite a while then, if we're getting adverts on the back for, like, the Xbox 360 and for Kinect. Yeah, 2012 at least. I'm just seeing on the bottom there. That's really funny. That's throwing me off. I think one of the coolest things about, like, again, reading the old classic comics and stuff was seeing all the adverts. So on a little bit of extra sort of like context. So look, the first thing I wanted to do when I got the Amazing Fantasy issue 15 and the Amazing sort of Spider-Man issue 1 was just seeing what the backs looked like. You know, was there actually like an actual, like, was there adverts on the back of them? You know, what was inside these comics? Because everyone sees the front, you know what I mean? They're always showing off the front. They're always recreating the front. What's on the back? So instantly I turned the slab over, and thankfully it did have like the back of the comic. And I think Amazing Fantasy had like shoe polish as an advert. Like, yeah, kids, come get your shoe polish. And I think the Amazing Spider-Man one had like something to do with dental. Like, it was like dental something. It's just, I love that little element of time capsule. And then reading through, again, back with the, you know, the 1967 Doc Ock issue that I had, that had like the X-ray glasses kind of stuff, and the classic kind of, you know, cut out a bit of the page and post it off, and you get like kung fu lessons or whatever. So I just love that kind of goofy element of, you know, the classic sort of, you know, the comic era. You know, they were just daft, and I just kind of love that. And then unfortunately now, you know, you do sort of read modern Marvel comics now, and every other page is just an advert, which is I don't know. Comics now cost way more. Like, some issues, I'm going to say, because I got 2 recent issues of The Incredible Hulk, just for, again, like the Marvel promo, just for the Magic the Gathering Marvel promos. They were like a tenner. They were like £10, and every other page was just like advert. Oh, here's a bit of the Hulk punching somebody. You know, back in the day, you know, they were like a couple of pence, a couple of cents or whatever. You know, you could spend like pocket money on them, so it didn't mind having a couple of adverts in, because you didn't pay that much into them. So yeah, there's the Red Hulk one, and then obviously the other 2 free ones we got was the Uncanny X-Men. Again, I've not massively read the X-Men sort of comics, but this was cool, and I'm guessing this was part of the Avengers versus X-Men kind of arc. So yeah, they had a big thing where the X-Men and Avengers were fighting one another. Okay, wow. So I've just turned the page, and randomly we've got like probably one of the best adverts ever of Ghost Rider: The Spirit of Vengeance coming to Blu-ray 3D. Oh, what a film, by the way, what a film. And the fact that, oh my god, it's got a MySpace review on it. What? Let me just quickly like turn that around. That is incredible. Yeah, Andrew Frund from MySpace gave us a lovely review of if Ghost Rider is one superhero you wouldn't want to mess with. Oh yeah. God, I love Ghost Rider so much. Like, low-key, I'm so excited for like Ryan Gosling taking over as Ghost Rider. Like, I think it's gonna be so cool. I'm just gonna flick through some of the pages for you here. We've got a pizza advert in here, so while you're mid-reading Avengers vs X-Men, you can get some pizza. What is this? What? Oh my god! You know, I just love the time capsule adverts of like what American adverts were like. We've got like a 31-inch tall Batman action figure in my Marvel comic. Get out of here! Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. the Extreme X-Men, and we've got a car advert, because of course kids are going to be able to buy a car. That's brilliant. Okie dokie. So then, and then of course, we've got the final sort of set of comics we picked up. We've got Doom! We've got a supervillain team up. So I was looking specifically for like a Doctor Doom comic or a Fantastic Four issue with Doctor Doom in. But you know what? I'll settle with a supervillain team up issues. So these were comics back in the day where they just put two supervillains together. I'm assuming they had their own adventures or they did actually work together. But this was just cool. You've got obviously Doctor Doom fighting the Avengers and beating up Iron Man, which is just, again, it was just a cool issue to sort of see. And then I've got another one here, which is, again, it's a Doctor Doom. Oh, this is a Fantastic Four. There you go. So we've got a Fantastic Four here, where it's Doctor Doom fighting his own son, apparently. I don't know what the context is for that. I've got no idea. I'm looking forward to reading it. This issue came out in 1978. So this is about, I'm going to say at least 47, 48 years old, depending on when this issue came out. So that's quite exciting. It's nice to have something that's nearly 50 odd years old. I love stuff that's like, I love just all stuff, and I love the condition again of all these comics. Like World of Superheroes have done a fantastic job, like keeping these comics in really neat condition. And you don't feel, even if you do pick up an issue that's like a bit beaten up, you don't feel stiffed out of like, you know, paying a lot for it or whatever. You know, you do get like, they balance out, you know, how much you're paying into it for the quality of it, and you are paying more for, again, the rarity of the issue. Or, I mean, some people do genuinely buy these issues to read. I'm going to try and read as many of these as I can. I'm also aware of like trying to open them, trying to read them. I don't want them to crumble to dust in my hands. I did read like the 1967 issue rant one night, and that's it. You know, for me, I'm happy with one reading and keeping it in the plastic for as long as I can, because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It was nice to sort of read these issues for the first time as a Spider-Man fan. But yeah, that was a more sort of in-depth look at these. I hope you've all enjoyed this sort of rundown and this ramble of everything I've done. I may do a review of the actual Brand New Day film. I'll see sort of how I feel about getting that all up and out there. But this was just really cool to show off. You know, it's something a bit different. I have just really enjoyed sort of, again, chatting through it and just going through all these comics again, getting the little pins and that. Just it's all sort of come together, because obviously you had the Magic the Gathering and then the Marvel set coming out with that. It's all just kind of all coalesced into something that's come together quite nicely. But yeah, I'm hoping you've enjoyed this ramble as much as I've enjoyed chatting about these comics and just sort of just showing off all the cool stuff I got. And again, just I'm still absolutely flabbergasted with holding the first Spider-Man comics. It was just an incredible experience, and I just don't think I can ever sort of forget that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to actually visiting the sort of mini museum, the mini collection itself. Well, I say mini, you know, it's far, it's like a vault, you know what I mean? I can't wait. It's going to be like the Area 51 in Indiana Jones. I just can't wait to see what else is there. Yeah, so I just hope you've enjoyed. You know, please like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey thingies. Again, if you're watching this on Instagram, follow me, like it, share it, do all the Instagrammy thingies. I get what do Instagram people do. Yeah, we will find that out together. Excelsior, as the great man once said. Actually, see, Rogan, like, the thing is, Rogan would find this cool, but this is like finding a first principle of time.
Talking about warehouse the size of this foyer,
yeah,
full of comics.
UK variant. Yeah, this is the K variant. Yeah, this is the 90. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like me with food that we're taking home.